Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our journey through the Bible. Today, we're diving into the final chapters of the Book of Numbers, chapters 35 and 36. These chapters might seem like they're just about laws and land, but they're packed with profound insights into God's character, His justice, His mercy, and His unwavering faithfulness to His promises. First, in chapter 35, God gives instructions for the Levites. Remember, the Levites are the priestly tribe dedicated to serving God and the community in the tabernacle. Because of this special calling, they weren't given a large, single portion of land like the other tribes. Instead, God provides for them in a unique way. He commands the other Israelites to give the Levites 48 cities, scattered throughout the entire promised land, complete with pasture lands for their livestock. This is a beautiful picture of God's provision and the importance of community. The Levites were to live among all the people, teaching God's law and ministering to them. Their presence was constant, a living reminder of God's presence woven into the very fabric of the nation. It shows us that God's work isn't confined to one place. It's meant to be lived out, shared, and supported by the entire community. Then, chapter 35 introduces a critical concept: the cities of refuge. 6 of these 48 Levitical cities were designated as safe havens. What for? For anyone who had accidentally, unintentionally caused someone's death. This is where we see God's incredible wisdom favors. He makes a clear distinction between murder, which is premeditated and malicious, and manslaughter, which is an accident. If someone was killed, the avenger of blood, usually a close relative, had the right to seek justice. But if the death was unintentional, the person could flee to one of these cities of refuge. There, they would be safe and receive a fair trial. If found innocent of premeditated murder, they would live in the city of refuge until the death of the current high priest. This system prevented cycles of revenge and blood feuds, establishing a legal process rooted in both justice and mercy. It shows us a God who values every life and desires to protect the innocent, even in tragic circumstances. It's a powerful testament to the idea that justice should be restorative, not just punitive. Finally, in chapter 36, we encounter a very practical problem. The daughters of a man named Zelophehad had been granted the right to inherit their father's land because he had no sons. But the leaders of their tribe, Manasseh, had a concern. What if these daughters marry men from other tribes? Their inheritance, their land, would then pass out of Manasseh's tribe and be given to another. This would disrupt the careful, God-ordained division of the promised land. Moses takes this concern to God, and the solution is both simple and wise. God commands that the daughters of Zelophehad and any woman in a similar situation must marry within their own tribe. This way, the inheritance stays within the tribe, honoring God's original allotment of the land. The daughters of Zelophehad willingly obey. Their story isn't just about property law, it's about faithfulness. They honored God's command, projecting the integrity of their tribe's inheritance, and showed that personal choices can have a big impact on the wider community. Their obedience ensures that God's plan for His people remains intact. So, as we close the book of Numbers, we're left with this beautiful picture of God's detailed care for His people, from providing for the Levites and establishing cities of refuge, to ensuring the fair and lasting distribution of the promised land. God proves He is a God of order, justice, and mercy. He cares about the big picture and the smallest details. These final chapters remind us that following God's wisdom brings peace, stability, and blessings to the entire community. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this look into Numbers has been encouraging for you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more explorations of God's Word. See you next time.